Hey everybody, what's up? This is 8-Bit Eric. Here are my thoughts and reactions to Sony's PlayStation 4 press conference. The impressive Sony's PlayStation conference. We already know what's happened, guys. Final Fantasy VII, Shenmue 3, freaking Uncharted 4. We had fantastic showings of those games. There was some stuff that I really enjoyed about it and stuff that I really didn't. Now, they did start off with showing footage of The Last Guardian. I wouldn't call it exactly gameplay footage. It was heavily, I guess, still betaed out. There was no user interface. It was kind of slow for me. I wasn't really interested. I thought it was just kind of weird. The graphics looked beautiful. It came across as a little Zelda-like. I know people have been waiting for this game, but I wasn't really impressed. I'm sorry. Throw the comments down below hating me. Next up, they showed Horizon Zero Dawn. Looked cool. It was kind of like another game that was kind of Zelda-ish to me. Had a good female protagonist lead. I'm sure Anita Sarkeesian's still gonna find something to bitch about it, that, you know, like it was mechanical animals that she was killing, or there was too violent or some shit. It looked interesting, but again, it was more like a cinematic thing. I need to see the gameplay footage. You know, when previews come across as movies, it doesn't capture my attention as much. I need to see it in action. They did show a preview for Hitman, and they're gonna have a beta version available for you to try out. Hitman, great series. It is great to see it come back. It looked pretty cool. You know, that type of game. It's a lot of people's cup of tea. I've only played Hitman 2 on the GameCube, so maybe I'll get reacquainted with it. No Man's Sky was the first game of the whole presentation that they actually took a lot of time out to make sure they showed a lot of stuff about it. The guy even demonstrated it, showed some of the footage, went on a different planet, explored a little bit, ran away from, you know, one of those sentinels that showed up, and it looked nice. It was a little Minecraft-y. I think when he was on the planet, it was a lot of, you know, it was like a universe sandbox is what he described it as. So it was big, vast emptiness that I think gave the game a good atmosphere. It was fantastic. I was glad they took time to show a little bit of it. Dreams was a weird looking little, I guess, artist puppet painting type of manipulative game where the guy drew something and he was able to animate it, and it had this real artsy look that kind of looked pretty neat. I can see a lot of people drawing dicks on it coming soon. I guess, you know, it was unique. I never saw anything like that before. It did capture my attention. Who knows what else is going to be involved with it. It was a nice little, I guess, preview of what's to come with that game. I enjoyed it. Next, they showed Firewatch. With that, kind of looked pretty cool as well. They also showed Destiny, the new Destiny coming up. That looked cool. It's like space futuristic shooting and action, just like the first one. Looks like they're trying to get behind the Destiny train. I know a lot of people were like, oh god, gag me, the first one sucked. Maybe this one's gonna be better. Who knows? It looked neat to me, so I would like to try it out. They also showed a little bit more of the Assassin's Creed Syndicate game with the female character Evie Fry. She looked pretty badass. This Assassin's Creed Syndicate game has captured my attention, and I think it's cool. The setting in the Industrial Revolution in London, the amount of fighting that they showed in the previews was pretty good. It looked very promising compared to, you know, Black Flag, and I would even dare to say the Assassin's Creed 3. You know, I think there's potential in this one. Next up, they showed Roll the Final Fantasy, which looked a little cute. It was like chibi anime characters and stuff. Didn't seem to get much applause, but then they totally snuck up Final Fantasy VII Remake at everybody, and the crowd just went fucking nuts. Like, that was a big fucking unexpected reaction. They totally just went boom, like caught everybody off guard. I already made a separate video about that, so if you want to see more about it, just go ahead and click a link below. And then also, the other heavy hitter was Shenmue 3 being announced and officially launching the Kickstarter in it. A game that not many people thought would even ever happen. That was like Final Fantasy VII Remake, Shenmue 3, boom, fuck you guys, we want E3. Touche, Sony, touche. You guys knocked it out right there. I'm impressed. And at this point, I was like, man, there really has not been much gameplay. Good announcements, good trailers, but I want to see something I could sink my fucking teeth into. So they showed a little bit of Arkham Knight. And at this point, it was like, why bother, you know? people don't give a shit about anything beyond those two announcements. And Arkham Knight looked okay, but didn't seem like the crowd was really into it. And then the worst part of the fucking presentation, the Call of Duty segment that felt like an hour long in itself. Black Ops 3, I know you're gonna sell one and this and that, but why couldn't Activision just do their own conference for that? I understand, you know, it's gonna get like a month or so of exclusivity to the PS4. And then they also showed Disney Infinity, which, yeah, that's gonna have like a month exclusivity too. But guys, those totally did not need to be after the Final Fantasy VII or Shenmue announcement. They were totally out of place. They also took a long time to show the PS View, and it was just like, they had it up here, and then it slowly started to come down, and blah. And then last but not least, they saved it by showing awesome gameplay footage of Uncharted 4. I was fucking impressed. Now, they had a little bit of technical difficulties at the beginning, but once it got rolling, I was impressed. Just for showing something at E3, this world, this environment looked immersed. Had a lot of detail. The gameplay looked fun as fuck. Like, watching it, I wanted to play it. Uncharted 4 just looked strictly amazing. So, Sony, good job. Hats off to you. So far, you are the best press conference of E3. Microsoft brought their A game, though, I'm not gonna lie, and Sony's up there, and of course all the other companies, they've been doing good. So E3 2015 has totally impressed me, especially Sony. Good job, good releases, good stuff. Wish there was a little bit more gameplay, though. I want to see some complete projects. A lot of the stuff they showed felt like vaporware, or stuff that's not finished yet, or just, you know, it was like, to me it was like, oh, here's some trailers, here's a Kickstarter and a remake, and the rest was just crap. But you knocked it out. You presented pretty good. You left a pretty hard show for Nintendo to follow. So what did you guys think? Comment below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, thanks for watching.